The teaser trailer for the Ant-Man and the Wasp has dropped, plus we're going to talk about Infinity War. You're listening to the Legends of Podcasting. With me as usual are
Stuart
and Ross.
And I'm Liam. Now, don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, please like it and comment on it wherever you found it. We're on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, SoundCloud, pretty much anywhere that quality podcasts live. You can also find and follow us across social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you want to stay up to date or get in touch with us, you can find us on all those places. Or if you prefer email, you can reach out to us at legendsofpodcasting@gmail.com. Now let's get on with the show.
During the 21st century, comic books conquered the world and murdered everyone's spare time. I have assembled an elite team to hunt comic book stuff down throughout media and to cover their rise to power. Unfortunately, my plan is opposed by general life obligations, meaning instead of daily, we can do this weekly, thanks to something we have sworn our allegiance to, time management. In the future, we ourselves may not be heroes, but if we succeed, we will be remembered as the Legends of Podcasting.
From the Marvel Cinematic Universe comes Ant-Man and the Wasp, a new chapter featuring heroes with the astonishing ability to shrink. In the aftermath of Captain America: Civil War, Scott Lang grapples with the consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. As he struggles to rebalance his life with his responsibilities as Ant-Man, he's confronted by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym with an urgent new mission. Scott must once again put on the suit and learn to fight alongside the Wasp as the team works together to uncover secrets from the past. All right, so the new trailer dropped. Stuart, what's your initial reaction?
I am very excited for this movie, I have to say. I know it's only a teaser trailer, but they give away quite a few little good moments. It looks like they're going through the like in the first film when he had the tank on the keyring that grew. They're sort of reversing that with vehicles and stuff now, which looks really cool. And I have to say, Wasp looks like she's going to outdo Ant-Man. She's much cooler.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of growing and shrinking going on in that trailer, which looks fun. It looks like they're having a lot of fun with the powers on this one. And certainly a lot of action. I mean, we're not really shown much on this, but we're shown there's a lot of action, a lot of shrinking, as you'd expect, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, which is what Ant-Man's all about. I'd say that, like the first one, I thought was it was sort of out the blue for me because I know bits about Ant-Man from sort of cartoons like the Avengers, World's Greatest Heroes, and that kind of thing. And there was a old sort of Ultimate Avengers that came out a little while ago where he was in it, but he's more Giant Man than Ant-Man in that. So not a huge got backstory on him, but I think that was probably one of my favourite Marvel films out of all of them that they've done, because it was more a sort of in-based movie, so there wasn't a world-ending event that was taking place like most of the other ones, and you're wondering where are all the other heroes. It was very much a self-contained film in itself, which I quite enjoyed. So hopefully this one will hopefully sort of be the same thing, but maybe they'll just be talking about the other heroes.
Yeah. Now, so all we've seen of Ant-Man so far, we've seen him obviously in Civil War, but before that, we saw him in the first Ant-Man movie. Ross, you want to just what did you think of you haven't seen the teaser trailer yet, but what did you think of the first Ant-Man movie?
I'm with Stuart on this. I really enjoyed the first one. I think it was probably up there with Winter Soldier in the second phase of movies. I feel because it was the last movie of the phase 2, wasn't it? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny when it needed to be. It was great action. CGI was great. Characters were really good. Really fell in love with the characters. And again, I didn't know. I've only seen Ant-Man in a few things here and there, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was very clever the way that it actually used the shrinking power. So it wasn't just him shrinking to hide or sneak past people. He actually used it to
infiltrate and stuff.
Infiltrate, yeah.
Definitely. And like you were saying with the tank, and they used it quite cleverly. Like you wouldn't have thought of that. I didn't go in thinking, they're gonna have all these like sort of weapons to shrink and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I also really liked the bit where they actually showed Hank Pym, and it was like a bit of a backstory, kind of linked in with the original Captain America and Howard Stark and that sort of stuff. That was great that they included that at the start.
At the beginning with Peggy, yeah, I thought that was really clever as well, because they aged Peggy a little bit and made Hank Pym younger,
Yeah.
And sort of did the whole thing with Shield at the beginning. That was a very good little sort of segue into the movie, I thought, as well.
Yeah, linked it all together. Because I think around that sort of time you had Agent Carter was out as well, so it kind of linked all that together quite nicely.
Yeah. I really liked that Agent Carter show. I thought that was pretty cool.
I haven't got around to watching it yet.
It's pretty nice. I say the only thing that sort of lets the movie down, which like most other Marvel films, was the villain. I thought I quite like the suit, like the Yellow Jacket suit, and them fighting, even when they're in like his daughter's bedroom and it's just like a Thomas the Tank Engine set, and it looks really epic. And then suddenly they just pan out and
That
you just
was
hear
funny.
the train
Just falls off the railway tracks. Yeah, that was
but
great.
the actual, I thought like the character, like most other Marvel films, that they seem to lack is the
strong villain. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of the Thomas the Tank Engine moment, they're clearly kind of replicating that in the new movie but this time increasing the size of a kid's thing, which I won't say, Ross, because I know you don't want it spoiled. But this time round, it's the opposite. You get the same kind of thing. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I thought Civil War was obviously a great film, but some of the best moments in that film are of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was Giant Man, but I wasn't expecting them to do it in Civil War. Him just growing in the sort of massive airport fight. That was amazing.
I wasn't expecting to see that either, but it wasn't that big of a surprise. I feel it didn't have as big of an impact because we'd already seen the Atom in Legends of Tomorrow grow. They seemed to beat them to it just by like a matter of days or weeks. All right, so expectations for Ant-Man and the Wasp. How are you guys feeling? What are your thoughts on this?
I'm excited. I'm quite intrigued because it's based after Infinity War. So I don't know if there's going to be any fallout from that. I'm assuming Ant-Man's in Infinity War and he obviously survives. So I think the odds of him dying have just dropped big time. But yeah, I mean they're sort of in the teaser trailer. It talks about him helping Cap in Civil War, but it doesn't mention anything about Infinity War, obviously, because it's not out yet. So it'd be interesting if anything is mentioned or it touches on that as well.
Yeah, or follows on from it. Yeah,
the first one after the big event. It'll be the first film, so it'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, my expectations are high because I really enjoyed the first one. It's definitely one of my favourite Marvel movies, which was a shock coming out of it when I saw it the first time. But yeah, mine are. I'm really looking for. It's probably the one. I'm not sure. I'm probably looking forward to it a little bit more than Infinity War, to be honest.
Controversial.
Yeah, I think it's because we've been building up to this Thanos for a long time, and so far they haven't been great with their villains, and I feel like it's going to be a bit of a letdown. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
Hopefully they'll improve the CGI on Thanos before the actual movie comes out.
Yeah. He's changed colours more times than I don't know. Chameleon.
Unracist joke.
No, I was going to say David Dickinson. But never mind.
For all our UK fans out there.
Yeah.
With Apocalypse, when people saw the color and look of him, like on the trailers and that before the movie came out, as a result of a reaction to the fan response about the color, they did go and change it before the movie came out. So who knows? Maybe they're still working on Thanos. We can only hope that it looks better.
Yeah, I think Infinity War is one of those films where there's so much hype behind it. It's like,
can they deliver
all these movies to build up for it? I mean, it's going to be very hard to meet everyone's expectations. I know
that's the thing. Yeah, I'm expecting it not to live up to the hype just because there's too much hype.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to go into Infinity War with as low expectations as possible, so that I will be impressed by it. So I'm trying to ignore the hype around it.
Do you think any of them are going to die? But all of the people are going to survive the film, or do you think there's going to be a death or two?
I think there has to be a death or two. My predictions on it are that the Marvel are looking to move Iron Man and Captain America away from being really like the leaders, the forefront of it, and they're going to allow Captain Marvel and Black Panther to move into the the forefront there, to be the main people. And I think that Captain America will end up frozen or lost in time somehow, because he's died and come back. I mean, lost in time and stuff in the comics before. So That's what I'm expecting with the captain. I'm not expecting him to fully die in it. Tony Stark, not sure. Not sure what I think will happen with him. But that's what my thoughts are.
No, yeah, I agree. I reckon it's got to be one of those two. I mean, the more impacting one I would think would be Captain America, because he's more respected. No offense to Iron Man, but he's more respected amongst the other heroes because he is Captain America, and he's so if he dies, that'll rally everyone to sort of. I would assume that like everyone's going to be defeated, and then Cap will charge in, have a fight with Thanos, potentially die, and then everyone will be like sort of on a revenge mission.
Maybe that'll be the thing when because at the moment they're split, aren't they? You've got the Tony team and you've got the Steve team, and if one of them dies, that might rally them together a little bit like what they did with Avengers when Coulson died. Spoilers, and then that will bring them all together to actually defeat
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. That's the way they should do it. I kind of think when you're saying about Captain Marvel and Black Panther being up front, I kind of think they're trying to make Spider-Man up there as well. I know he's sort of the young Spider-Man at the moment, but potentially he will be the segue between many movies, like Tony Stark is at the moment.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to put Spider-Man front and center simply because Marvel doesn't have him outright. You know, it's just down to their deal with Fox, which I know that they're in the process of buying Fox. They haven't actually bought Fox yet. That merger hasn't happened. Yes. They're trying to push that through. So I don't think that he can really be part of the plan at the moment with Infinity War to then put Spidey front and center. Okay. But that's my fault. Sense. All right. So, well, that's it for this week, guys. Lots of cool stuff going on with in the world of comic books at the moment. It's an exciting time. So remember, if you enjoyed this podcast, Legends of Podcasting, you can find us across social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're now on Instagram as well. So follow us in these places. You can send us a message. We'd love to hear from you guys. Leave us a comment or a review on iTunes, on Stitcher, wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. And yeah, subscribe where possible, and you'll get notified when we have our next episode. Until next time.